I'm James Lee Witt, and I'm running for Congress in the 4th Congressional District, and I want to thank you for your endorsement and support. I appreciate it very much. I'm from Dardanelle, Arkansas. Lived on the farm that I was raised on. We moved to this farm in 1955. It was a 2-story Southern Antebellum plantation home built in 1858. But we didn't live in it. We lived in the farmhouse. My dad was the farm laborer. My mom was a housekeeper and cook and made $15 a week. But I now own that farm because I'd been given an opportunity and blessed a lot. We have 2 sons that live in Dardanelle and 3 grandsons, 12, 17, and 20. My wife and I were married 51 years. She passed away last September. I started out when I was 21, starting a construction company building houses. Ran that company for 12 years, got real smart, ran for county judge and got elected. Was elected 6 times, almost went bankrupt at $21,000 a year for 10 years. And then Governor Clinton asked me to be the Director of Emergency Management in Arkansas, and I did that for 4.5 years. And then he asked me to be Director of FEMA. And after confirmed with the United States Senate, I served as Director of FEMA for 8 years, and he elevated me to Cabinet in 1996. But what was really interesting about that was the fact that the last 4 years we were there, we balanced the budget every year and had a surplus.
Yes.
And we can do it again. Everywhere I go in the 4th District, it's about jobs, economic development, job training, infrastructure. We are going to have to do something on getting our highways and bridges rebuilt. And we are not going to be able to do it by raising gas taxes. Congressman Delaney in Washington and Maryland has introduced a bill called an infrastructure bank. I think it's the right approach because we have corporations that has trillions and trillions of dollars in offshore accounts. And I think we should partner with them, and I think we should say, okay, bring $1 trillion back. We're not going to charge you 35% in taxes, but you're going to put 10% in that infrastructure bank. That would give us $100 billion immediately to build roads and bridges. And if we do that in a partnership, then we can create jobs and get our bridges and highways built and finished. I-49 is critical for economic development in the 4th District. We need to finish it, 250 miles. But what my big concern is, Congressman Tim Ryan's budget that he has introduced cuts Medicare 25%, makes Medicaid a voucher program that's going to cost seniors more because then they're going to have to deal with the insurance companies. Cuts Pell Grants for students. Starts charging student loans to students while they're in college. This will not work. And raise the age to 70 for qualifying for Medicare and Social Security. So that's why this election is important. And some of the things that I've been working with, the 2-year colleges and the VOTEC schools. In the 4th District, unemployment across the district is 9.5%. Some areas it's 11%, some 10.5%. And we've got a lot of young people coming out of high school that are not going to college. And I've been working with these 2-year schools and the VOTEC schools to create career counselors in high schools. And some are already doing this, but we need it in every high school. To start counseling these young people that's not going to go to college and get them into a trade, a mechanic, electrician, refrigeration, plumbing, whatever kind of trade that they would be interested in, because, and welding. These trades are really needed, and we need young people to start to learn a trade. So there's so many issues that we're going to have to address to get the 4th District back economically in shape. Housing is a huge issue. Prescott lost 1,000 population because they have no low-income housing. Pine Bluff is lost below 50,000 and lost a lot of their federal dollars now. And I can tell you right now, I support Saturday delivery of mail. This fourth district is a very rural district. It's 33 counties out of 75. And that Saturday delivery is very important to those folks that live out in the rural areas, particularly the seniors. And the makeup of this district, 65 and older is 45%. 54% of this district is women. 20% is African American minority vote. But it's the oldest age-wise district in Arkansas. But what's surprising, about 70% of these seniors own their own home, which is good. So I'm running to make a difference. I'm running because I believe one voice, one person can make a difference. I don't care if it's in your family, your school, your community, or in an elected office. And I'm going to close with this. When I was in Virginia, oh, by the way, after I left FEMA and administration, I started a company called Witt Associates in a borrowed office with one desk, one chair, and one telephone, with a hope and a dream and an idea and no money. And I built a worldwide company, had 350 full-time employees, 200 consultants, 2 offices in England, 1 in Brazil, 4 contracts in China that we worked on, and worked for 200 oil companies around the world. And we just sold it last month. Woo, thank goodness. So when I was in Virginia, I was on the board of the John Leland Seminary School. And I'm going to leave this thought with you. There was a Baptist minister from Argentina there. And he said, you know, in Argentina we have a saying. He said, if you're not part of planting the trees of the future, you do not deserve the honor of standing in the shade of the trees of the past. Folks, we have a chance to plant some trees of the future, not only for Arkansas, but for this country. And we just dare not fail.
All right.
So God bless you. Thank you for your support, and anything you can do, or anyone you know in the 4th District, we would very, very much appreciate your help, your vote, and tell them why this election is so important. And getting people out to vote is the most critical thing we can do right now if we're going to win these elections. So God bless you, and thank you so much.
You were the best. You were the best FEMA director in history.
Thank you, sir. I enjoyed it. 350 disasters in 8 years.
Yeah, did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all have a good weekend. Thank you. Don't go gambling now.